Hi, Phil Aston here from Now Spinning Magazine with another album review. Well, actually it's two, and this is two vinyl reissues, which I'm personally really excited about because I love this band. It is Spooky Tooth, and I have unboxed this little CD set, which included all their albums, and I think it's still great, and you can find that on eBay and Discogs for not too bonkers a price as well. And I don't have that many Spooky Tooth albums on vinyl. Just out of reach, I should have had that nearby, was Spooky Tooth, which I'm going to show you in a minute. But I bought this years ago, and this was the album that introduced me to Spooky Tooth. And I bought it on a whim from a record fair because it was on the Pink Island label. And I didn't really know much about Spooky Tooth apart from two Island samplers, which was nice enough to eat, and I think it was Better By You, Better Than Me, and then Sunshine Saved Me from You Can All Join In, I think, if I've got that right. But there was something about the voices and the Hammond organ and the whole overall feel of the band that just drew me in, and I became a huge fan of this band. And it always sounded like they were from a distant time, or they were from this cusp, this 1968 to 72 period, which I always talk about. So here we are, and I hope this reissue program continues. I hope so much that it does, because these are great. This is the first one from the 60s. It's a polylined inner sleeve. Wow. It's on the kind of replica Island label with the eye on it, and it is marvelous. There's something. Does it sound dated? No, I there's something just uniquely different about Spooky Tooth. Society's Child, Love Really Changed Me. Here I Live So Well. Too Much for Nothing. Sunshine Helped Me. Got the angst, in the voices. Gary Wright on organ and vocals. Mike Harrison on organ and vocals. Two lead vocalists, two keyboard players, but both uniquely different, creating a sound that's so haunting and so powerful, so soulful. It's like, it's rock music with everything in it. To me, this band could have been as big as anyone out there that happened in the early 70s. To me, they could have, well, come on to the next one. I can't see why it couldn't have been like Led Zeppelin 2 or Deep Purple Rock, or I don't mean the birth of like metal or something, but as big as that, Wishbone Ash, or one of the first division bands from that period, Tall, King Crimson. Why that didn't happen for them, because this is fantastic. Tobacco Road, their blues, and Luther Grosvenor on guitar. What a player. What an absolute player, guitar player, absolutely brilliant. It hurts so good, forget it, got it. It's soulful, it's just superb. And then they came up with their next album. I'll probably do a separate feature on it, looking at it in a bit more depth, but I showed you my original, and here is the reissue, Spooky 2. Gatefold sleeve. I would say the print on this version is better than the original, and the colours really. This is an immaculate hard rock album from 1969 that put this band on the launch pad of greatness. It is incredible album. The way they look. Can you see that? They just look like they're ready to take on the world. In fact, I just had shiver down my spine in knowing I'm talking about this album. It means so much to me. Waiting, for the wind. The way that kind of reverb and the echo, snapback echo on the snare drum as it comes in, and that riff comes in with just a perfect chord sequence for a riff of that pace, of 4/4 rhythm, and then the Hammond organ comes in, and then the vocals arrive, and it's, oh wow, Feeling Bad. It's a ballad, but the angst in the voices, and the difference between the Mike and Gary's voice, they kind of merge, but they're different, but they're not. I've Got Enough Heartache, Evil Woman, which is obviously Luther Grosvenor, Aero Bender, as many of you know him. It is chance to do the guitar work out, which is why, again, the band didn't kind of just become massive because of the way this album is. Lost in My Dream. It's just mellotron and Hammond organ and guitars and crunchy chords and a vocal of angst and what it was, the life. It's happening. That Was Only Yesterday. Better By You, Better Than Me. Made famous, of course, by Judas Priest from their Stained Class album. But here is the original with a great riff. Again, this is a band with riffs. And then Hang My Shell on a Tree, which is like a haunting Zeppelin-esque ballad. And then after that, for some reason that no one can ever probably fathom, they made Ceremony, and it was all over, which is a tale for another day. But I hope that Universal continue this. I've reviewed, this by Luther Grosvenor, the Under Open Skies, which is gifted to me by one of my patrons, as was this Spooky Tooth, The Last Puff. So I hope that comes out. And also Witness. Thank you, Yogi, for all of your support in the past. It's been fantastic. But I hope this continues. These two albums are the first. Please, Universal, keep going. But these are, if you're into UK 70s hard rock, I can't recommend them enough. It is like music from a different time, I guess, but production-wise, performance-wise, song-wise, great. Spooky Tooth, and the first album, It's All About Spooky Tooth, is just superb. So thank you for watching, thank you for being here, thank you for all of your support, buying t-shirts, buying mugs, and supporting me as you can do across all the different channels. It really, really makes a difference and really helps me follow my passion in sharing my love of music with you. Keep spinning those discs. Remember, music is the healer and the doctor, and I'll talk to you all again very, very soon.